Welcome to She Wins, Women, Wealth, Wisdom, and Legacy, the podcast where financial empowerment meets fearless living. If you're a woman who's built a life with purpose and is ready to align your wealth with what matters most, you're in the right place. Your host, Carol Eddy, is a certified financial planner, financial educator, and passionate advocate for helping women live fearlessly and leave a legacy. Whether they are preparing for retirement, managing an inheritance, or simply looking for trustworthy financial guidance, Carol has helped her clients feel confident in their financial plan for over 25 years. Each week, she'll share insights and practical strategies to help you create financial freedom, navigate smart money choices, master your money mindset, and make winning decisions now and for the next chapter of your life. No intimidation, no overwhelm, no jargon, just wisdom, clarity, and the confidence to manage your wealth, embrace your power, and craft a future you love. Welcome to the show.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Carol Eddy, and I'm a firm believer that a financial confidence is not about having all the answers. It's about knowing which questions to ask. Today's episode is for every woman who's ever sat across from a financial advisor, maybe feeling uncertain, maybe feeling self-assured, and wondered, why do I still have so many questions, even though I've worked hard and saved well? Whether you're single, married, divorced, or widowed, whether your wealth came from a career, an inheritance, or a shared journey, you're not alone. The questions you ask are more than financial. They're human. They're powerful, and they deserve answers wrapped in wisdom, not just numbers. Today we're going to walk through the most frequently asked questions I hear from women, questions that often reveal something deeper. I'll also share real-life stories with name changed, of course, tools you can use, and a downloadable checklist that can help you take the next step with clarity. So question 1, am I using my money the right way? This is often the first question women ask, and it shows up in a dozen forms. Is my portfolio too conservative? Am I missing out on opportunities? Should I be doing more with my cash? But here's the truth. This question really isn't about spreadsheets. It's about alignment, about whether your money is a tool you trust or a weight you carry. Let me introduce you to Julie. Julie is a 58-year-old woman who inherited $3.5 million after her parents passed away. For 2 years, she kept most of it in cash. Not because she wasn't smart, she's a former executive, but she's afraid of making the wrong move and dishonoring what her parents built. Julie told me, every time I even think about investing, I freeze. What if I mess it up? When Julie and I started working together, we didn't jump straight into the numbers. We started with her values, what mattered most to her and to her parents. For her, it was travel, supporting her nieces, and having enough to never feel dependent. Once we aligned her financial strategy with those values, she finally said, I feel like my money is working with me now, not against me. So if you're asking, am I using my money the right way? Here's your plan. Start with your values, not just your balance sheet. Map your goals to your timeline. Choose investments and cash strategies that match both. The real takeaway? The right way to use your money is the way that honors your life, not someone else's market forecast. Question 2. How much is enough? For me, for my partner, and for our kids. This question surfaces around lifestyle, longevity, and legacy, but it's rarely about a number. For married women, it sounds like, what if one of us lives much longer? Will our money last if something unexpected happens? For single women, it often comes with quiet fears. What if I get sick and I live alone? What if I outlive my savings? Meet Diane and Martin. Diane retired early from a teaching career. Martin sold a business. On paper, they had more than enough, but their definition of enough didn't match. Diane's idea of security was never running out of money. Martin's idea of enough was flying to Patagonia while they still had the health to enjoy it. But they were stuck. The money was there, but the conversation had stalled. We walked through the values-based planning session, and not just projections, but feelings, trade-offs, hopes. And guess what? They were both right. Once we built a financial plan that respected Diane's need for safety and Martin's hunger for adventure, they booked the trip they'd postponed for 10 years. The real takeaway? Enough isn't a number. It's clarity. It's communication. It's being on the same page with yourself and with your partner if you have one. Question 3. What if something happens to me first? This one is about control, about making sure your financial life is protected, even if life takes an unexpected turn. Married women often ask, will my spouse know how to manage everything? What happens if I'm not around to walk him through it? Single women say, who will step in? How do I make sure they don't miss anything or mishandle it? A client I'll call Renee shared this with me a year after her husband passed. Carol, I didn't just lose my partner. I inherited every financial decision overnight, without a roadmap. She spent weeks trying to find account passwords. She was too emotionally overwhelmed to talk to their advisor, and she said, I just wish we'd had a plan. So here's what I recommend. Create a personal contingency file. Those would include things like your powers of attorney, trusted contacts, digital vault logins, passwords, etc. Keep copies of key documents and store them somewhere secure, with clear instructions. This can all be done digitally for extra security and then setting up access for the contingency person. Choose your who now, before the crisis hits. The real takeaway? Planning for emergencies is an act of love, not just protection. It ensures someone you trust can step in without confusion or delay. Question 4. Am I missing anything important? Even smart, capable women ask this. It's the gut check question, the voice that says, I've done the work, but what if I overlook something? You might manage your own investments, you might meet with your CPA, and you might track your net worth, but still feel like there's a blind spot. One woman I worked with had over $5 million across several accounts, but no trust, no up-to-date will, no health directive, and her estate plan hadn't been touched in 12 years. She said, I thought I had everything covered. I didn't know how many pieces needed to fit together. And the reality of this is, you're always wanting to update those things. You can't just let them sit for 12 years, because life changes, and you need to change with it. Here are common areas women miss. Roth conversions windows, beneficiary designations, long-term care strategies, tax-efficient planning and tax loss harvesting, coordination across financial, legal, and tax teams. The real takeaway? A wealth plan isn't just an investment plan. It's an integrated life plan. And yes, you need one that fits together like a mosaic, not a spreadsheet. Question 5. What do I want this money to do beyond me? This is a legacy question. It's not about the dollars, it's about the impact. Questions like, should I leave equal amounts to my kids? How do I support causes I care about? And how do I give without enabling? A client I'll call Vanessa shared, I want my children to receive more than money. I want them to inherit confidence. I want them to understand how we got here and how to carry that forward. So we built a living legacy plan, one that included family giving, mentorship, and clear conversations with their kids. The real takeaway? Legacy isn't what you leave, it's what you live. The story you pass down, the values that shape future generations. And here's 6 other questions women often ask. Should I pay off my mortgage or invest the money? Can I retire early or can I keep working part-time? Do I have too much in one stock? How much should I keep in cash? What if the market crashes again? What don't I know that I need to know? The real takeaway? These questions are deeply personal. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. But they're better asked and answered inside a relationship with someone who listens, not just calculates. You've worked hard. You saved wisely. Now's the time to lead your financial life with confidence and intention. If this episode sparked even one question in your mind, don't let it fade. Take the next step. Download the Questions Smart Women Ask for their advisor checklist in the notes of this podcast. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, and you'll get more honest, strategic conversations like this. Share this with a woman you admire, because when women ask better questions, they make better decisions. And that changes everything. You're not behind. You're not alone. You're right on time. Because when women get clarity, they win. And when women win, legacies are born. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for joining us today for the She Wins Women, Wealth, Wisdom, and Legacy podcast. If today's episode sparked a shift in how you think about your money, your future, or your legacy, imagine what's possible when we walk this journey together. And if you found value in today's conversation, please share this episode with a woman you care about. Together, we rise and we win. If this inspired you to take charge of your financial future, don't stop there. Download your free guide, A Woman's Guide to Triumph in Every Decade of Her Wealth, by clicking the link on the screen or in the show notes. It's designed to give you powerful tools and clarity at every stage of your wealth journey. And be sure to follow or subscribe now so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay wise, stay empowered, and remember, it's time to rise, lead, and win with your wealth, your wisdom, and your legacy. As a reminder, the content shared on this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute personalized financial advice. For guidance tailored to your specific situation, you can schedule an appointment with Carol. This is an independent podcast not affiliated with Money Concepts Capital Corporation.